is my 56 Triumph Triton. It's called a Triton, has a Triumph engine in a Norton frame, Norton featherbed frame. The engine's a 6T. There is no generator. It did have an alternator on it, but the alternator backing plate was chopping out the belt drive. Only ran for a couple of 100 kilometres before it destroyed the belt and did a lot of damage inside the primary drive. So for that reason, I'm going to dispense with the Payson ignition, which itself is a very good unit. However, it relies on a battery, and the battery relies on a charging circuit. We have no charging circuit, so we will be putting the BTH Magneto in here, which will be a standalone unit, and then I'll address the problem of lights and charging later on down the track. But so what we've got is the Magneto, 2 leads coming off. They go to a control module, and these two, from the control module to these coils and then to the spark plugs. One thing I have noticed is there's a little arrow here. Hopefully you can see it. So the arrow needs to be at the top when the engine is at, well in my case, 37 degrees before top dead center. And to help achieve this, there's this little arm here that comes with the Magneto. So I presume there's a hole in this shaft, so that'll turn now. So with the little arm in here, she won't turn. So when you're all done, you pull this arm out, this little rod, and there's a nice little brass cap to go in here. So this simply fits, so one way it can go in, 3 mounting studs, and slides in like that. And let's have a closer look, because the Triton can be a bit tricky with different mounting plates, but there's quite a reasonable amount of clearance there, and the unit is able to slide around for fine tuning later. Okay, the Magneto's in place, the locating pin is inserted, goes right the way through the shaft. We're locked in there with the arrow pointing up. Up here the coils are in place, they're both mounted on a piece of aluminium angle, and the control unit sits above them with just enough clearance between that and the tank. That's important. Make sure that you clear your fuel tank when you're mounting your equipment, otherwise you'll get to the end of the job and it won't go back together. Okay, so the control unit's in, the coils are in, and the Magneto's in. Okay, I'm going to start here with a disclaimer. I'm no mechanic, but just to find top dead center, got a little indicator arm here out of the Mustang, and I've already found that basically the piston's at the top of the stroke, so I'm just wobbling it around just to make sure we are on. There we go, down, up and stop, and that's where I'm going to leave it. To my way of thinking, that's top dead center. I've had my thumb on the plug on the other side, which is where I'm going to tune the Magneto to. Had the compression come up. Let's move over to the other side now. Found top dead center. I had my thumb over here when I wound it over before. The pressure made me realise it's coming up on the compression stroke. The tappet rocks around, so we're right to go. Put in my precision engineered 360 degree wheel, which will just go on here. I've got to find 37 degrees now. We're on 0. I have to find 37 degrees before top dead center. So I know the engine goes that way, so we've got to wind it that way to 37 degrees. Let's have a go at that. 35, there we go, 37. Bang on 37 there. Now recall the pins in there, so the gear just slides straight on. It's as easy as that. There we go, in place. here. Job's done. Still on 37 over this side, and still have a bit of fine tuning adjustment in here. You can see the little slots over here hopefully, so we can tune it around a bit if it doesn't run so well. So there's only one thing left to do, and that's start it up. Very crisp, love it. One final thing is the kill switch. There's a little line coming from the control center, and you just push that in and she stops.